Hello, welcome to HIS 315Z1, Contemporary America. My name is Daniel Smith and I will be the instructor for the course. It's nice to meet all of you. In this brief video introduction, I would like to accomplish several things. First, I will introduce myself briefly, and then I will review a bit of material about the course, what you can expect, the types of assignments that you will be completing in the course, and the general format of the course. And I hope that you'll find this introductory video helpful. I've been teaching here at Bay Path University for about 6 years now, and I generally teach American history courses. I've taught this course, Contemporary America, several times. I also teach HIS 114, America Before 1870, and HIS 115, America After 1870. I teach generally online courses. I live in Albany, New York, and hence it's a bit of a commute to campus. I do occasionally teach on-ground or on-campus courses as well in the Saturday one-day program. I also teach at a few other colleges as well, and I generally teach history courses. I have a bachelor's degree in history from Syracuse University and a master's degree in history from SUNY Cortland, and I've completed a great deal of coursework in the PhD program at UAlbany, though I do not have a PhD. I focus in my research largely on American history. My specialty is contemporary American history. My research has focused on 20th century American history, the history of labor unions and the Communist Party, and I very much look forward to working with you all this semester. As I mentioned, I live in Albany. I grew up in Rome, New York, which is near Syracuse, and moved out to Albany about 8 years ago to further pursue my education and settled down in the area. I got married a few years ago, and that's a bit about myself. I will be asking each of you to introduce yourselves as well through a discussion forum. It's not a requirement that you participate in the icebreaker, but I would encourage you to do so. So if you look at the Canvas page, you'll see an icebreaker activity. As I said, it's not required, it's not graded. It's basically intended to be a forum for students to introduce themselves and to get to know each other a bit. Some of you may know each other, but others may not. You may be new to the college or may not take any on-ground courses. So I think it's a good opportunity for us to sort of meet each other and learn a bit about each other through that discussion forum. I'd encourage you to complete the icebreaker activity before the course begins. But again, you won't be penalized if you choose not to. Now, from this point, I'd like to introduce a bit about the course. First, a note about the dates for the course, because occasionally there's some confusion about this. Online courses at Bay Path always begin the Thursday before the first Saturday for on-ground courses. So our course this session begins on Thursday, February 19th, and Unit 1 ends on Saturday, February 21st at 11:59 p.m. So the first unit of our course is only a few days in length, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, 3 days in length. The first assignments for our course are due on Saturday, February 21st at 11:59 p.m. So just a bit about the schedule. The rest of the units, the following 5 units of the course, are each a full week in length. Units begin on Sunday and end on Saturday at 11:59 p.m. in general. That's true for every unit except for Unit 1. So our course begins on February 19th and it ends on March 28th. Now, Contemporary America covers the period from World War II to the present. So we'll be beginning with World War II. America's involvement in World War II begins in 1941, and we will be concluding with the contemporary period, with the present, essentially. We will proceed through the course chronologically, meaning that the older material is covered first, and each unit of the course brings us closer to the present. Another thing I would encourage you to do before the course begins is to review the course syllabus. The course syllabus is a fairly extensive document. It's available, of course, on Canvas, and it provides a great deal of useful information about the course. Policies, procedures, guidelines, as well as a schedule of what we will be covering each unit and the assignments that are due each unit as well. Now, there is one required textbook for the course, and it's America Past and Present Volume 2, 10th edition. Detailed information about the textbook is listed on the syllabus. It is available at the Bay Path University bookstore, and as many of you, I'm sure, are aware, there are other avenues through which to purchase the textbook as well. There are a lot of online sites where you can purchase textbooks or rent textbooks. You may also choose to purchase or rent a textbook that's 1 or 2 editions earlier. So you may choose to rent or purchase the 8th edition of the text or the 9th edition of the text. Just make sure that it is volume 2. That's a relatively new policy at Bay Path. It's meant to give students a bit greater flexibility. Sometimes earlier editions of the text are less expensive, and generally the textbooks do not change very much from edition to edition either. So it's totally up to you whether you choose to acquire the 10th edition or 1 or 2 editions earlier. That's also noted on the syllabus. Now, in terms of the grades for the course, there are a variety of different assignments for the course. There are no tests or exams for this course. One type of assignment that you will be asked to complete for every unit is the discussion board. For every unit of the course, there will be one discussion forum. For the discussion forum, I ask a question. The question is related to an aspect of American history, and it's based upon the assigned readings from the textbook, so you can find information that will allow you to respond to the question from the textbook. You may, if you choose, do additional research out of the textbook, but that is not required. For the discussion forum, you are required to post your own initial response to the question. There is no minimum word count or length, but you should post a full response to the question. Generally, I would suggest that these questions require at least a paragraph in response. I don't think that you could fully respond to any of the questions initially with just 1 or 2 sentences, just as a guideline. But the content is certainly more important than the length. You are also required to respond to at least 2 other students' comments, or your instructor's comments. So you have to post your own initial response to the question, and then at least 2 responses to other individuals' comments on the discussion forum. So you should be making a total of 3 posts per week. If you post less than 3 responses each week, you would not receive full credit for the discussion board. So that's something to keep in mind. Generally, your initial response to the question is due by Thursday at 11:59 p.m. Your responses to other comments, your responses to other individuals on the discussion board, are due by Saturday at 11:59 p.m. I will be making regular posts to the discussion forum. I don't know if that's been your experience in other courses, but I will be actively engaged in the discussion forum. I will be posting a number of comments each week. I may not post a response to every comment, but you will see that I will be very engaged in the discussion forum, offering my comments, insights, responses as well. I should say your responses to other students' comments, they don't need to be very lengthy, but they should be substantive. What I mean by that is simply saying good job or nice work or I agree, that would not be an adequate response. Your response should either add something to the discussion, you can pose a follow-up question, but it should add some sort of substance to the conversation as well. So the discussion boards are worth 30% of your overall grade for the course, so it's a sizable portion of your grade. There is a rubric on Canvas for the discussion forums that I would certainly encourage you to review. There are rubrics for every graded assignment in Canvas, which will give some guidelines about what I'm looking for the assignment. So it's not a mystery why you're receiving the grade that you're receiving, or the expectations should be clear up front. Another type of assignment for the course is a film commentary. There are film commentaries assignments for every unit of the course, with the exception of the first unit. Because the first unit is relatively short, it's only 3 days, I chose not to include a film commentary assignment for Unit 1. For the film commentaries, you are going to watch a documentary film. The documentary film will be available online through the Films on Demand feature of Hatch Library at Bay Path University. Hatch Library of Bay Path University subscribes to Films on Demand, and there are a variety of historical documentaries available. I've assigned one documentary for each unit for you to watch. They vary in length. Some are as short as 45 or 50 minutes, others are longer. And I've asked that you write a one-page double-spaced reflection about what you thought about the film. What was good, what was positive about the film, what criticisms do you have to offer about the film, what did you learn from the film. It's not really a summary of the film, it's more of a critical commentary on the film that I'm looking for. And it's meant to provide additional instruction for the course as well. I've posted links to each film within Canvas. Another type of assignment that you'll have are the feature essay assignments. Within your textbook, each chapter contains at least one feature essay. The feature essay is generally about 2 pages in length, and it's a commentary on some particular issue or aspect of American history. I've assigned a feature essay for each unit of the course for you to read. And at the end of each feature essay, there are generally 2 or 3 questions. I will ask that you respond to each of these questions at the end of the feature essay, that you type up your responses in a Word document, and that you submit your responses in Canvas. Your responses to each question, I would anticipate, would be a few sentences to a paragraph in length. And that will be another type of assignment that's worth 25% of your overall grade for the course. And then finally, and this is important, there is a research essay assignment for the course. You have a choice about what topic you would like to research. You can choose any topic in American history from World War II to the present, from 1945 to the present. It could be a person or an event that you'd like to research. The topic is very flexible. I would encourage you to discuss the topic with me. To email me or send me a message about your topic. I might be able to point you in the direction of resources. You're required to do research about your topic and to submit a short research essay. That's due at the end of the course. One thing I would emphasize, I would encourage you to start your work on the research essay early. If you wait until the last week of the course, it can be a bit overwhelming. So start thinking about the research essay early rather than later. There are specific guidelines about the research essay available on Canvas. There's an assignment as well as a rubric, which provides some detailed guidelines. That's worth 25% of your grade for the course. Just a few other points. I think communication is crucially important. That's one reason that I create these, video introductions. I check my email several times a day. I would encourage you to email me with any questions that you have. My email is djsmith@baypath.edu. It's listed on the syllabus, djsmith@baypath.edu. There's no such thing as a bad question. I know that's something that's always said, but I really do believe that's true. It's better to have your questions answered than to leave them unanswered. You can also send me a message through Canvas. There's a message feature in Canvas, and you can send me a message through Canvas. I'll respond through Canvas as well. I check that regularly also. There is also a course questions folder within Canvas. If you have a question that you think would benefit the entire class, that you think other students would find relevant as well, I would encourage you to post that in the course questions folder. I check that regularly, and I'll respond to your question. Do note, though, that this is a folder all students will see the communication. So if there's anything of a more sort of individual nature, like if you have a question about your grade, you wouldn't want to post that in the course questions folder because everyone will see that communication. Additionally, feel free to call me as well. My cell phone is listed on the syllabus. Also, it's area code 315-335-6446. That's 315-335-6446. 315-335-6446. Just repeat it a few times so that you can jot it down if you'd like. And feel free to call me if you have any questions. Now, I do work during the day, generally, so if you call me on a weekday during the day, my phone, it will probably go straight to message, but that's fine. Leave me a voicemail, and I'll call you back. Just, leave your number. You can also send me a text message if you'd like. If you have a simple question that could be answered via text message, I do have a text messaging service, and that would be fine as well. Okay? So that's just a brief introduction to the course. Again, I really look forward to working with you all. I hope this will be an interesting and engaging educational experience for you. Thank you. Feel free to contact me if you have any questions or concerns.